Greece. Myths and legends. Ancient Greece. What are myths and legends? Ancient Greece was the cradle of the Western civilization. It represented one of the peak moments of the humanity. Myths are narrative creations of the oral transmissions devised by ancient civilizations, such as the Greek, with the aim of finding an explanation for the existence of natural phenomena through the use of purely fantastic stories using the gods as protagonists, relating the human being to role or a myth expected. Chaos, the beginning. According to the Greek mythology, in the beginning was chaos and nothing else. Chaos is not a god, but an elemental force, a force made of itself and not composed of nothing else. It existed from the beginning of the universe. From chaos arose other elemental forces or principles such as love, earth, and heaven, and later generation the Titans. The creation, the first generation of named forces in the Greek mythology, grew progressively more like humans. The Titans were the children of Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, Sky. The Earth and the Sky and the based on the Mount Ortis. The Olympian gods and goddesses were the later born children of a specific pair of Titans, making the Olympian gods and goddesses grandchildren of Earth and Heaven. The Titans. Titans and Titanids are known as race of divine origin who, according to Greek mythology, dominate the world in the times before the Olympian gods. Uranus and Gaia, here the parents of the six Titans, and also of the Titanids, but the offspring of Uranus and Gaia were not limited to the Titans, since they also spanned the Cyclops, the Titans, and the elements. Each of the Titans and Titanids here related to or personificate different forces of nature. For example, Oceanus and Tethys, here deities of the sea, while Mnemosyne represents memory and the continuity of natural cycles, and well so Seo was the god of natural intelligence. The Titans here closely related to the elements and main aspects of nature, from the sun and the moon to the ocean. The Tartarus. Every religion has a place for the blessed and another for the damned, has a way to implement divine justice that the maintains the universal balance. In the Greek mythology, there was the so-called Tartarus, a stormy place of eternal suffering, similar of the hell Christianity. Uranus, Gaia, who gave rise to Uranus, with who she gave birth to the Titans and the Cyclops. The most powerful sons here agree with their father forever and ever. Time one of the day was about to be born. Uranus keep them all inside in Gaia bosom without letting them come out. into the light, and the cynical enjoyed his evil death. The monstrous Gaia, about to burst, complained inside her, and hatched a cruel trick, quickly producing a type of shining steel. He forget a use cycle. Kronos mutilated his father. The only one who agreed to take revenge on his father was Kronos, the youngest. Hea handed him the steel sickle. One the night when Uranus covered all of Gaia to join her, Kronos cut off his father's testicles and threw them behind him. The blood that flowed from the hot fertilized Gaia, and from there the giants here born, the Erinyes. They are female personification of revenge that persecute those guilty of certain crimes, and the ninth in the addition to all the divinities related to the trees. Kronos, malevolent like his fathers. Kronos assumes the kingdom of the gods after retaining his father and married his sister Rhea. But when he does, he learns from his mother that he is destined to be overruled by one her sons. That is why he decides to devour them as sons, and they are born. Zeus frees his brothers. He gave Kronos some worthful stones, making it believe that this was the little one. The father goggled it up. Milk-white Zeus grew up and carried out his mother's will. When Zeus grew older, the goddess Metis gave him a potion so to that Kronos vomited up all the children he was swallowed. The fighting lasted 10 years. Zeus defeated Kronos and the other titans and locked then Tartarus, leaving to the synonyms of guardians. Let's look at some of the best known myths. The Trojan horse. In this myth of the war between the Greeks and the Trojans, the Greeks developed a tactic to make believe they're here surrendering. They built a great Trojan horse that they give to the impregnable city of Troy as gifts. Also, there here Greek soldiers inside. And nightfall, the soldiers got off the horse and took the city, thus winning the war. Ancient Greece myths and legends. Hercules and the 12 labors. Hercules, or Heracles, was the son of god Zeus. Driven mad by the goddess Hera, Heracles killed his own children. To be pardoned, he had to perform the 12 labors, kill the named lion, kill the named hydra, capture the serene hind, captured the Eremitian boar, clean the Augean stables in the single day, kill the birth or Smith Palace, capture the bull of Crete, steal the mares of the Mines, steal the belt of the Hippolyta, the king of the Amazons, steal the cattle of the monster Gerardin, take the apples of the Hesperides, and capture Cerberus and take him off hell. This myth is special for Alexis' classmate, Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus was a musician who, thanks to this talent, fell in love with Eurydice, a young woman with whom he married. Unfortunately, she was bitten by a poisoned snake that caused her death. Desperate, he went to the underworld, hoping that his music would calm Hades. For his bravery, the god of the underworld allowing him to take his beloved back. However, because of her excitement, she wanted to see Eurydice before her body completely left the underworld. She had to wait for the sun to bathe her entire body, which caused her to get trapped in it. I like this too. The myth of Athena. Athena was a warrior, goddess seen as the protector of cities who representing the centuries of women in the world. This famous warrior inspired the Greeks to fight against the Trojans. The myth of Pegasus. Pegasus was a creature created to place himself at the disposal of Zeus. It is winged horse that was born from the blood spilled in the ocean when Perseo persecuted Medusa's head. Greece. A story never has a beginning or an end, only one entrance.